guys, today I want to talk about the topic of building a brand on social media. I know it's cliche, but I wouldn't say I've been able to build my brand, but at least I have a micro audience of people who really follow my content, and I would say that it's not a one-time thing. And I just want us to talk about building a brand. Nowadays people can just build a brand of anything. You can build a brand from anything under the sun. You can be known as the girl who does this, as the guy who does this, and sometimes even some don't have positive connotations, and you can still make money out of it. You can be a stripper today and you can tell people about your stripping, like I saw some YouTube lady doing that and she's making money out of that. On the other hand, you can also do business advice, so there is no limit to what brand you can be known as. While I'm not here to judge, I'm just here to sort of decode or check what have people been doing to really build their brands, and what do all the people who've really built iconic brands have in common. And I've really followed a lot of people who post about anything under the sun. I have followed people who are in business, people who are in entertainment, people who are in education. There are so many people that I followed to be able to bring you this video and things that I've noticed. So in this video we're going to talk about common things or themes that I have noticed from people who build their brand. Number one is that they're fearless. I have noticed people who really build their brand are really fearless, and it takes a lot of confidence to come out of your shell and to start filming or to start posting yourself on Instagram. It's not easy, and people who do that, people who are shameless and who are fearless and who have abandoned fear, are the ones who are able to build their brands. Well, there are people who build their brands without being seen, but it still takes some form of putting yourself out there, I have to be honest. The next one is they are consistent. Yes, we have seen people who have gone quiet for months and then come back and post for some time, but I have noticed that these people are really consistent. So it's not about coming here, planting a seed and going for a year and expecting it's gonna grow without you watering it, without you looking after it, without you opening the blinds for the sunlight to enter, or without you tending to the farm. I like to think of growing a brand as a plant. You have to really water it every day. You have to keep providing value every day. So consistency is something else I have noticed. The third one is that people look for opportunities around them. I'm sure you've seen so many brands collaborate with other brands or being featured anywhere. When you're building a brand, you really have to not be in your shell. That's one of the mistakes that I made when I was growing or when I was starting out, is I thought I could do it all by myself. But I realized you shorten your learning curve or you shorten your growth curve, the more you get featured in places, the more you talk to people, the more you liaise with people, the more you engage and partner and collaborate with people and with brands. So those are three things that I can tell you have really made people's brands grow. The fourth one is value. What sort of value or what sort of content are you bringing to the people following you? I mean, not all content will make sense to everyone, but does it make sense to your audience? That's the only way you can cultivate a really structured niche of people or a structured audience of people who follow you, is by giving quality content relative to those people. This content might not be quality regarding other people. For example, I don't watch football stuff, so in as much as I appreciate the quality of the content, it doesn't really apply to me. So for example, something like that. So every content has its own audience, and you have to provide value for that audience. So those are four things I have learned that every person needs to do when they're building a brand. I want to hear if I've missed out anything, or if you have any questions down below. I wouldn't say I have really built my brand to the extent that I can call myself, oh, my brand has grown. No, I'm still in the process. Right now it's a Sunday, I'm planning my content for the week, and it's a continuous process. Unfortunately, it's not a one-time thing. Only few people get to blow up quickly, but then we've seen that they also fizzle out very quickly if they have nothing to back it up. If they have no more content to back up, I mean, they really fizzled out. And we've seen even let's say on YouTube, we've seen channels with millions of views for one video, but when you go to the subscribers, they only have 2 subscribers. You have to find a way to make sure that audience is converting and you're not a one-hit wonder. So those are things I've learned. I'm not an expert, I'm just sharing things I'm learning on the process. I really want to know what your thoughts are. Bye.